Really avoided the small grocery store in my hometown. Now, for those of you that don't know, I live in a very, very small town. So, there's not even a Walmart in my town. That's how little it is. And so there's a local grocery store called Aiken's. And, I've gone there majority of my life. And I was so scared of running into someone that I knew that I literally would not go. Like, I remember I would be sitting in the parking lot and I would have whoever I was with run in there for me because I was so scared of running into, whether it was family or, old friends or current friends or even people that didn't like me. I didn't want them to see that I had gotten out of shape and prove them right, that I was literally let myself go. And whatever opinions they had about me, they were thinking, oh yeah, that's Gavin. He used to be in shape, but now look at him. He let himself go. And if anyone knows what it's like living in a small town, number one, you're not going to be able to hide from anybody. You're going to run into people, unfortunately. And the second thing is that it's literally the worst feeling when you see someone that you know and they're gossiping, because small towns, they talk, right? Everyone talks about each other. And, I kept running this scenario in my head where, these guys, even if they didn't say it to my face, but the fact that they were thinking it like, oh, like what happened to Gavin, how people would be gossiping with their friends or family. What happened to Gavin? I remember he used to be in shape. He did sports. Oh, he peaked. He let himself go. He's out of shape. And I literally would get so much anxiety. And I would just be so anxious. I wouldn't even want to go into the store. And if I did, I was in and out like that. I literally would go in and out, not looking at anybody. If I seen someone from afar, unless they said hi to me, I would not say anything to them. And if anyone knows what that's like, maybe it wasn't the store, but it was something where you had to go in public and you didn't want to see someone that you knew because you were embarrassed of your current situation. That is one of the worst feelings that you could possibly have. But the reason I bring it up is because if you're someone who's felt like that before, then it just shows how much you actually care. The fact that I was so embarrassed to just go to my local grocery store, it just showed how much I genuinely cared and wanted to make a change. And let's be real here. The only way that you're gonna get that feeling to go away is if you do something about it. And you know that, and I know that. And so, my past self, this is me talking to my past overweight self. It's like, dude, you already know that it's eating you alive. You might as well just get started and get right back in shape and at least try, because what are you gonna do? Avoid the store your whole life, or avoid people your entire life? It doesn't matter if you live in a small town or not. You can't just avoid things. It's just part of life that you have to do. And so part of it was having to be secure in my own self, even at my bigger self, and say, what, it's fine. Who cares if people say something? They're gonna talk when I'm in shape, and I'm staying in shape for years and years. And now looking back, no one probably even noticed. And even if they did, who cares? Because I proved them wrong and I proved myself right by, getting in shape and staying, at my goal weight year round. And so, this is something that I hope someone really resonates with, because, anyone that's dealt with anxiety or insecurities, then they know exactly what it's like to avoid people or to avoid certain situations. And it's one of the worst feelings they can have. But I just wanted to make this video to say that the only way that you can, finally get rid of this horrible feeling is to do something about it.